It is September 24. Michael Vaughan catching up with Lee Barker, CEO of Sparton Resources, who's had a very busy summer and a very busy yesterday. Tell me the new news about Sparton's interest in VRB Energy.
Well, Mike, it's good to be back, and of course we do have some good new news from VRB. This was put out yesterday by Ivanhoe Electric, the controlling shareholder of VRB Energy, and our partner, of course, obviously. And what's happened is that VRB Energy itself has initiated a new joint venture in China with a company called Red Sun, who are in the renewable business themselves. And Red Sun is paying, basically, Ivanhoe Electric $55 million to initiate this joint venture, where under Red Sun will have a 51% interest. VRB Energy will have a 49% interest for the manufacturing of vanadium flow batteries with VRB's technology in China and Asia.
Well, the key there is JV. This isn't an equity investment in the parent company. We still have our 9.975%.
Yes, that's correct. Red Sun are earning, with this payment, a 51% interest in the joint venture to manufacture the batteries. The ownership of VRB Energy will still be the same as it is now, with Ivanhoe Electric owning about 90.025 and we own 9.975. So it's not going to change the equity at this stage.
The other part of the news yesterday is the U.S. news, and that's as significant to me as the Red Star.
Well, it certainly is, because of the $55 million that Red Sun is putting into this deal, $35 million will go into VRB Energy's operations in China for manufacturing batteries. $20 million is going to go to Ivanhoe Electric and to be used for the development of VRB USA. And that planning is going to initiate probably a manufacturing facility in USA and an electrolyte recovery facility.
And in USA, in Arizona, I would presume, maybe next door to Friedland's Santa Cruz copper play.
Well, certainly in Arizona, there's a large land position there at Santa Cruz. And also, of course, the project is in the just pre-feasibility stage now. They're expecting a feasibility study early next year. And they've been talking about using renewable energy as a source of power for that operation.
I think that's the plan all along. But again, this U.S. news has no dilution in Spartan's 9.975%.
No, not at this stage, and we still don't know the details of the transaction for the spin-out of VRB USA and what the ownerships will be, but that will be certainly determined in the near future, I believe.
This has a significant effect on the valuation of your interest in VRB. Would it be for sale at the right place at the right time?
Well, of course it would, because we're a minority owner. We don't have any control over the operations. But the valuation is clearly much higher now with this new news and the financing. And if the right buyer comes along, we would certainly be interested at the right price in selling our interest.
Exactly. Okay, let's switch over to your Pense project, the Critical Metals Project up on the Ontario-Quebec border. You're ready to drill.
That's correct, and we've actually moved our drilling equipment into the area. We're hoping to begin drilling an initial 3 or 4 holes late next week because we want to get going before the moose season, when we have to shut down for a couple of weeks, because the locals would like us to do that. And also the financing of that project, we're working on a couple of financing initiatives. We have money now to do the initial work, but we're working on a grant.
Well, Ontario has a critical metals project.
Yes, and we've been accepted for funding for that Pense project. Yeah, and we're working on the details now of the budget.
Do we know the amount?
No, not directly right now, but we're working on the details of the budget and the program, and the funding of the OJEP. It's called projects. Can be up to $200,000 per approved project.
And you've applied somewhere else for funding.
Yes, I went out to Vancouver last week to attend a seminar that BHP, which is the world's largest mining company, initiated. And they have a program now called BHP Explore, which is being used to attract good projects from individuals, private, public companies that have ideas for mineral exploration for a number of commodities, including critical metals and copper, that BHP could potentially become involved in if something big enough to meet their requirements was found. And they're putting this year another probably $3.5 million into 7 different groups for approved projects. And to date, they've funded 13 different companies or groups over the last, this is the 3rd year of the program. And so I'm in the process of completing an application for that using our critical metals project in the eastern part of Ontario and northwestern part of Quebec as a guideline for the proposal. And we'll see where it goes. Nothing's guaranteed, but I think we have a reasonable chance.
I told you had a busy summer, Lee. Seemed to be some good results. Let's catch up in another month or so.
Well, once we get some drilling results and initially the program, I'll announce that and we'll be back to give you the update.